Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Man, I've been trying to find that thing, the picture of the guy on one side of the cliff, and there was a gap. He had to hop to his goals and the money, but if he didn't hop far enough in the ditch, it said PU had a cat's head, SY. And it's like, ever since I saw that, I said, man, that's a good analogy. I want to talk about a couple things. I know I'm going to be all over the place on this one, but we're going to get back to our street. I want to talk about just trying to be civil when things don't work out in your relationship. Like in particular, when you get married, stuff like that. Because like people will make it turn personal. And it'll be, sometimes it won't even be the people involved.
On West Burley Street.
It'll be other people that might be related to either party that will cause it to become personal. Because some people got this thing about them where if they think that you're about as tough as they think you are, and if they think you're a wimp or you soft, I mean, it don't make sense to let them and their false perception get you in trouble. You know, because if you're a person that really get down out here and really will get down, man, you don't need to be wasting your time with people who ain't got no action and no motion. You know, the people that just sit around all day talking about nothing. Because like I say, sometimes it's not the people involved, it's the people associated with the people involved that be calling themselves helping situation, but they really be making matters worse. So I said I'm gonna scale back. I'm like we gonna always talk about this stuff because I don't want none of you young guys in particular or old guys to get a false perception of marriage. Let me tell you something. If you like having sex, don't get married, because you might not get it the way you like to get it. And then instead of you going out, stepping out on her, you just know that ahead of time and just do your do out here. Whatever your do is, just do your do. Don't be
in a quarter-mile turn left on West North
like
Avenue
where in my
lane.
situation. Like I take myself accountable for certain things that I contributed to this, man. I contributed to this in many ways. Like I contributed to this not understanding how relationships work, but yet thinking that I did. So I'm
turn
not
left on West North Avenue.
At first I was like, okay, I'm 0% innocent. But then I started thinking about I'm not 0% innocent. I'm not, man. Like, when I started saying I wanted to settle down, it really was mainly because I was just tired. Like, I was tired. Like, and that's part of what we talking about. Women can drain your energy sometimes. No matter how strong you think you are, they could drain your energy. So if you dealing with 3, 4, 5 of them, like I was, then you get tired, and then you meet one you like, and you rushing things along, which is what I did. Not knowing the history, not knowing the future, you just rushing things along. Okay, this look like a good one. Rushing things along. So you rush things along, and sometimes it fails right away, but sometimes it takes a long time for the failure to come. Like the whole time we just was playing catch up in life. Like, and that shouldn't be. And that's one of the things I regret. Like, that's another thing. I should have stood on stuff and just did my due when it came to making that money. I didn't. And as a result, I did create problems for myself and for them as well. And I take responsibility for it, but at the same time, you're supposed to team up when problems happen. And you're supposed to work together to work it out. So this is what I'm talking about, just being civil. Because there's a person in particular tried to say that they were gonna keep me away from my kid, and they even brought her up like, oh, they're gonna keep you away from her and them kids. See, here's my problem. I'll never hate her. But I don't like how people trying to act like I need them. I don't need people, man. Like they try to talk like you need them, act like you need them. This is when you know that you ain't getting it done the way you need to. I need to focus on getting this money. Because for people to even think that they can come at you in those ways like you need them and they ain't really even did nothing for you like that, or they did something for you and it was in the past. Now, I said some things about her family that I shouldn't have said, but I was mad because I don't like how they called the police on me. I don't like dealing with the police, period. If it's not a buddy thing where we just standing around talking, I don't like dealing with the police. That's why I stopped doing the stuff I was doing in life, because I don't like dealing with police. And they put me in a situation where I was dealing with the police. And that pissed me all the way off. I'm just going to be honest about it. And so I was taking shots like I do. Y'all know I'm the Mr. Exposed. I take shots. You take a shot at me, I'm going to take shots back at you. That's just, I'm not going to take the high road every time. I'm rarely going to take the high road. I did say some things about her family that I shouldn't have said. Now, I don't know what her father's been saying, but I don't think, you never know. It don't really matter. But I think that out of all of them, he's the one that's been kind of like quiet, at least it seems. To tell me I'm some of the things that her and her mother and her sister was saying, they should have knew I was gonna fire back. They should have knew that. If they wouldn't have said that stuff, like what happened.
Elizabeth M. says, meet at door.
But my thing is, I'm not the type of person that's gonna sit and argue with people per se. Like I'm not. Like some people are arguing and say they threw at each other a million times. I'm not one of them people. Like I will really be done with you and won't care. So some people think they could tell you they hate you and they this and they that, and then you just supposed to forget about it. But I'm gonna continue to talk about marriage and relationships from a guy who understands, having been in relationships since 1994. And I'm gonna do my part to eliminate the scammy mindset that comes with people with this thing called listen, man. These women now are too promiscuous for you to be stuck and hell-bent on relationships, man. They either are promiscuous or they want to be promiscuous. Like sometimes they don't even understand their own emotions. They just be ready for something new and they'll destroy what they have to get it. That's just how it is. And when I talk in general. Yes, I reflect on some of my situations, but when I do reflect on my situation, it's not just one person. It's all people that I know, everything I heard, everything I experienced, so on and so forth. Why people think that let me tell you something. For you to just be the type of person that just keep everything under the rug, that strengthens people who are not behaving properly. That strengthens them. That gives them the opportunity to put on a false facade for everybody to see. But even if people don't like what you're saying, if they hearing your side of the story, then they can hear the other person's side of the story, and they got both sides of the story. Now, going back to what I was saying, when I came home in the morning, I said, let me go talk. I was going to go talk to my mother and father-in-law so they won't think that I was just over here being a bad guy. Just everything that was going on was just me just deciding to do some stuff. And so she called her and said, if such and such come over there, don't let them in. That's one of the things that escalated a lot of stuff, because people were saying stuff to me that wasn't right. It wasn't right. Like, and you can't just, this how people are now. People think they can say whatever they want to you, but you can't fire back and you can't cook. But I'm not going for that, man. Cause I'm gonna forgive any way it go, but I'm not gonna deal with or try to be close to everybody, because how you respond to me when you don't agree with me or the tough times, that's who you really are. That's what you really think of me. So when, like, a lot of people be wanting to say that you not who you are, who you say you are. They do. They be wanting to say that you're not who you say you are. And if I got to do a part 2, I will. But I need to keep talking. So, but like, I came out here this morning and I was feeling good. Like, I wasn't thinking about no relationships or none of that. I just was thinking about making this money. Like, I really want to trade my car in and get down to Arizona and do some things. And so, but I look on my text and it's like her sister, not even her, just talking in ways that have nothing to do with what transpired. Listen, ain't nobody gonna sit up here and make me like I was wrong for what I did. Because she could have got with 100 men. If what happened, like through the years would have happened, if the guys ain't slow and got any backbone about themselves, the same thing would have happened 100 times out of 100, or it would have been worse. I'm just saying. Like, they tell me, oh, you be on there, you be saying some hurtful stuff and this, that, and the other. Look, man, most guys don't know how to handle seeing their house broke up and then being blamed for it because you're a man. You're getting penalized, and I made a video about that. How in the United States people try to penalize you and make you out to be a bad guy for being a man, for your natural desires and your natural attitude. But that's because they don't understand. See, everybody walking around here talking about they know God and they know this. But if that was really the case, the world would be a whole different place. It wouldn't be the way it is, man. It would be way better than it is. That's why I don't deal with these churches, man, because they don't understand. Look, a man is supposed to be having sex. Any woman that don't have sex should not get married. Period. There's you telling me you ain't capable of no sex acts. Women be doing that to punish men, man. Now, all this stuff I be saying, this is the truth. They'll deny a man sex to punish him. They can have an argument about some shoes and then she won't have sex with him for 2 months. This is what women is doing. And don't nobody want nobody to say nothing about it. Are you putting your business online? Everything I say ain't my business. Some stuff is other people's business. That's like, oh, okay, so Big Parks told me what his girl did. Somebody in her family would have been like, oh, you shouldn't even put that. Dude, why? Why shouldn't he have told somebody? He did the right thing. Instead of holding it in, and instead of letting her talk and brainwash and make him out to be the bad guy, sometimes you got to get a different perspective on things. Because in a lot of these women's eyes, they never wrong, man. I'm telling you, like, I done had arguments at work that you couldn't tell them, 1,000 people couldn't tell them they was in the wrong. They still would say it's me. Like, case in point with those evaluations, like going back to something that happened on my old job. Okay. Now, you bring your worst guys to me, but then you give people that can't handle these guys a higher evaluation. And that's the point I was making. They were trying to argue their case. Just admit, okay, you're right. What you bring to the table is way more than these evaluations. Let's redo this. But they couldn't do it. Why? Because women got ego too. And guys be trying to side with women. That's why, man, dude, don't be careful confiding in a guy that ain't got his full machismo going. What do I mean by that? A dude that always up under women and always trying to side with women. They not gonna understand. They gonna think they mama always right, their grandmama always right. That's how they gonna think. And this is why these dudes keep getting took to the cleaners. But we gonna save some of them though. We are. We gonna save some of these guys. That's the goal of what I be saying. I don't need to put people down. But sometimes people, it comes out that way because there's a lesson to be learned. And what's the lesson, No Matrix? That all of this stuff, most of this stuff down here is Matrix. We just passing through here. This is Matrix. You got to think like you already in heaven. And for people to think that you can't never confront nobody, you clearly don't know the Most High. The Most High been confronting people since the beginning of time. You clearly don't know him. You're a faker. You're a fraud. The Most High has a hell for a reason. This is his attitude. Oh, you ain't with me? Watch this. So sometimes things can get toxic and zap your energy, man. And like that just threw my day off. But I kept pressing, kept fighting through, kept doing my work out here. And it's like now, it's cool. Like my ego, I got to get my ego out the way. My marriage didn't work out. Did I want it to happen that way? No. Did I want her to be with somebody else? No. But I got to get my ego out the way. It happened, man. The way, this stuff happened, man. You got to get your ego out the way. Whatever she do, she do. Do I want, was this my plan? Of course not. But I'm not finna simp either. I'm not finna simp. I just got to move on. She said she moved on. All this stuff happened, man. If we could go back in time, respect, loyalty, respect, no emotional affairs, no slick talk. We have our disagreement. We tactfully talk them through. We don't insult each other. If we could have went back in time and did those things, we wouldn't, my channel would be about something totally different. I still would have channels. I always had channels. But it'll be something totally different. But the world shifted to the point where guys really had to talk about this relationship stuff. You do. You got to look at these women for what they are. A lot of them are delusional. The majority of them are. They think everybody want them, but half of these dudes only want to have sex with them. And they destroyed their relationships that they build. Because they try to, for one, if you're somebody's wife, your body is supposed to be his. You should never deny him if you're not on your period. And even some dudes will mess with you on your period. Or if you're not sick. You should figure out, why do your mind keep doing that if you do it? Like, what's the issue here? I think for some women is they need to practice polygyny. They don't have enough sexual desire to be the man's only woman. That's what I think. I think women be talking about they don't got to prove themselves. Not only do you need to prove yourself, but you need to compete for the man you claim to love. This is what women do. Women that say they love a man, but then they spend the whole time trying to change him. I don't think you should have did that. I don't think you should have said that. Blah, blah, blah. If you love him, why are you trying to change him? Why you spend so much time trying to change the man that you claim you love? Who he is, you claim you love him. Why you spend all your time trying to change him? This is what's going on. And this is why we say recreational use only. This is why we say make you take them serious. And not only do I say it, the Bible said. The reason why the Bible talks about relationships in the manner it does, because that's the full understanding of the Most High talking, telling women to learn in silence, because when they get to talking, it's just going to create problems. Telling them to be subject to their own husband, because when they not, it's going to create problems. Telling men to understand them. Because if you expect her to be perfect, you still gonna have just as many problems. Like some stuff you just gonna have to work with. My thing is, I don't want you dealing with no other men at all. I don't want you being over friendly with them, no emotional affair, no physical affair. That's my thing. I'm watching your interactions with other men. When I'm not around, when I'm around, you should be loyal and faithful. If you want me, then you want me. If you don't, then you don't. If you want to be a hoe, go do it. This is where women mess up. They be trying to control men. And I got to say this because people always think I'm talking about them. I'm talking about whoever this applies to. I'm not pinpointing. If you want multiple men, if you want new experiences, you're not gonna make it in heaven, but go do it. Stop pretending trying to control men when it's you that's out of control. They do this garbage all the time. You having sex with the dude you claim to love, the dude you living with, the dude that's breaking bread, just paying money with you. And no, I'm not talking about one person. I got dudes, I'm not going to name their names, that I done make videos for. Girlfriend, having sex, watching porn with them. See, this is what I got to do, because people always think I'm talking about them. Like, what? Okay, if you like girls, why are you with a guy? That's going to create problems, man. See, now I got to, and I'm not going to, this is a dear brother, but I got to use this as an example. And you blaming him. It ain't him, it's you. Why you with him and you like girls? You feeling, you playing the bell. You ringing your bell, watching other women. Go do it. And then you having sex with the guy you claim to love. And then you try to blame him when he see you for what it is, when he go through your phone. This is what they do, man. Stop blaming other people when you're at fault. People think, he talking about, man, y'all do not know. People confide in me, man. When I say something, man, a lot of times I'm talking to like 15 people. And I'm talking about 20. If you happen to be one of them, you just do. You're not finna stop me from talking. I got guys that they wife just for no reason at all. I don't want to be with you no more. For what? What's going on? Can we talk about it? No. Divorce. But y'all want me not to say nothing. I got friends, relatives that just won't leave a bad, and when I say bad, I mean not good, woman alone. She's not a good woman. She's a terrible human being. And so when I get to talking to them, oh, he talking about, man, I'm talking to them. I'm talking to him over here, him over here. If you get hit, it's because you're guilty. And then I made a comment about how some of these women gonna leave their relationships and they gonna go in with another dude, and he gonna be talking, oh yeah, baby, you know, you're the one for me, this, that, and the other. And when she go to his house, I talked about this. His guy gonna be there. Now I ain't gonna go into details with that. But that's happening too, y'all. Some of these dudes, their attitude is like Snoop Dogg. It ain't no fun and my homie can't have none. First of all, why are you naked in front of another man? Like, I did that one time in college. We all was on this one chick. I never did that again. And never gonna do that again. I think if everybody take full accountability for their actions, that will make things easier. But you're not going to act like I'm a bad person when I know that for years, like even one time we argued, like, well, had the disagreement. We talked about that little emotional thing all the way to Mississippi. And when we got there, I was trying to understand, like, what's your point of even talking to dude? And I wasn't cheating. I wasn't talking to no women, 0 women at the time when that happened. You got me and Charisma was talking about this for hours, man. How you gotta protect your energy, man. It's like you can't, like sometimes I have been guilty of responding to things that I should ignore and people that I should ignore. If you trying to make me out to be a bad person, then I really should ignore you, because that's not who I am. I'm a transparent person. I'm a preacher that you don't got to figure out what I think. People try to bring up stuff I done said about sex. Y'all crazy, man. Sex is a big part of life, and y'all expect a preacher not to talk about it? If any preacher that don't talk about sex in full detail is a fake and a phony and a scammer and a fraud. A wolf in sheep's clothing that's only after money. Now, how about that? So if you trying to judge me because I be talking about it, the Most High showed me that I need to be approachable to all. I need to be the salt. I add flavor to this here. I add flavor to preaching in the Bible and the church. All these dudes talking the same, dressing the same. You walking around, you walking away with a suit on, and you not even relating to the people and what they dealing with on a regular basis. That's why I said this is going to be the All Subjects channel. But the same thing that I built this channel on, that people are supporting me and people like, they relate to me, they get a good laugh because I got a sense of humor and people know it. Some of that stuff, I be joking. Some of it, I be serious, like, look. And some of it, I'm just telling you what it is. Stop trying to change me, man. Change yourself. These people be acting like they the Most High. They don't be having no power at all. He don't even be the Most High. Look, let me tell you this. I'm gonna say this in the presence of God. The Most High does not have a problem with how I am. Now, of course, he's holy. He's without blemish. So, of course, he's going to see things that I do that he don't like, things that I say that he don't like. But I don't tell you how you can get the Most High's favor by just being authentic. Y'all be acting fake. That's why he said, not everybody that say to me, Lord, Lord, shall inherit the kingdom. Why? Where did that whole conversation come from? It came, Matthew, the book of Matthew, the whole entire book was dealing with people who mistreat people and who act fake. You don't believe me? Go read it. Mistreat people and act fake. That's what Matthew was focused on. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. You like whitewashed graves, clean on the outside. You see what I'm saying? Not everybody that say to me, Lord, Lord, shall inherit the kingdom. Do you see what I'm saying? If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, authentic. People spend all their time trying to change me. And I'm going to show you something. The people I talk to the most on the phone are the people that I know. I can get an objective response from them. They're not going to just agree with me. And it's like a lot of time with the people that I talk to on a regular, it's like they be agreeing with each other. And that's when I start thinking like they might have a point. They all be saying, man, stop responding to everything. They all be saying, stop putting everything on there, which I got to do. I like exposing people, but I do need to kind of scale it back because I'll admit this, I've had said things a little too harshly at times. I have. Some people understand, some people don't. Like my guy, one of my guys from high school, we'll just call him MD. It's like he been through the same thing. Me and him be talking on Messenger. We talk on Facebook all the time. He'll be liking my posts. And you know why he like my posts? He don't like my posts because he's a yes man. He likes my posts because he's already been through this. Same thing with AE. Like sometimes women will turn on you when you lose that job, man. I got friends that I grew up with. They know how I am, so they support me. Like he always been the type to say how he feeling. But now the world has changed. Now people don't like the truth. People don't, they want you to make them feel like they the greatest ever. And they'll be dissing you, and they still expect you to treat them like that.